and the map was picked by UNT Eagles, Infernal Shrines, and so the first pick's gonna go to Sophist. Infernal Shrines, one of the most popular maps in the meta right now. I think everybody likes the it has that brawler feel with the shrine. It's got the global. You want to make sure you have a lot of the global presence. You've got to have your macroeconomics, because, or macro, I guess, not really economics. You got to have your macro on there to make sure that you're getting your soak while doing the temples. There's a lot of different strategies between whether you want to 4-man, 5-man the temple or not. But Sophist goes ahead and bans the Genji. Even though he's gotten some nerfs, still showing a lot of play, I should say. He kind of still dictates what ranged assassins you can take because of his ability to dive on them and still do quite a lot of damage, honestly. Pair him with the Divine Shield. He could pop off with his Dragon Blade. And UNT decides to ban the Dahaka. Dahaka, one of the best solo laners. I didn't switch my scenes because you guys can't see anything. That's really good. I'm good at this. I need to switch the scenes. Wait, back here, back there. Okay, yep. I need to hit 1 to press the scenes. So, first pick the Ariel. That means you can pretty much go into anything into Ariel. A lot of times the double healer, you usually want to take the Vala and like a Tassadar, and you can go to the double heal super carry. But seeing that UNT immediately picks up the Vala Uther, they can still go in the double healers, but they took away the Vala. Vala's just one of those characters right now where she allows the double heal hyper carry a lot, honestly. Just because she can put out a lot of damage if she's allowed to be aggressive, and the double heals allows her to do that. So sometimes you'll see the Ariel Tassadar. Basically, Sophist, they picked the Ariel first, thinking that okay, they have a lot of battery options. They can still go Lunara. Maybe they knew that the other team was going to go Uther, and they can pick up the Lunara now. But they picked up the Greymane first. The draft has been going honestly very quick, so it's hard to gotta keep up. But yeah, so right now Sophist has had a tank, a healer, and a main assassin DPS, a ranged DPS. So they can go in any. They haven't really shown any nuances. They haven't shown any gimmicks. So it's kind of hard to really pocket ban somebody unless you really are gonna focus on one person of the team to ban. So they might be looking to ban anybody that they don't want to go against. Honestly, I could see Lunara. If they are worried about globals, because they already, or globals or double soaking, since they already got rid of Dahaka, they might ban Zul. I don't know. It really depends on what they're going to be looking. Right now, they can only go for what they're looking for as a team and what they don't want to play against, or they just don't ban at all. Splash screen. Splash screen. What's the splash screen? Oh yeah, you're just 2 minutes behind. So, probably a great pick for great ban for Sophist, getting rid of the Anubrak, so that way they don't have to worry about web wrap on the Ariel. They don't have to pick up somebody that will kill web wrap really quickly. UNT with the Kappa no second ban. Did they AFK out? Oh, I didn't make myself a... Oh, this is bad. I didn't make myself a referee. But, hopefully they're not AFK. Task ban confirm in all chat. Okay, so that was actually a task, I guess. They didn't get it in quick enough. They must have whispered each other. So they decided to pick up the Leoric and a Stukov. So they are double healing with the Vala. Stukov is great for AoE heals. Uther's straight great for solo target heals. So together they're going to be able to keep anybody alive, really. Stukov's main disadvantage is dive. And right now, just a Joanna Greymade's not too much dive. Anubarak was banned, so they don't have to worry about that. Diablo can still be a threat, but with a Diablo and... Wow, what? Memes. The meme team. They did pick up Leoric, so they do have Drain Hope, which is really good. They don't have another main tank. Honestly, Diablo has got to be the only option here. Diablo is so sick against Cho'Gall, especially once they hit 13. That 5% damage questing talent is gross, doing 30% damage, and 16 with the double flip. That's 60% of the health right away, plus Leoric. Honestly, I can't see anything besides Diablo here. They have Leoric as well, so that's one good thing against Cho'Gall. They can do the double soak on the first shrine. The only person that can counter that was Joanna, but an Ariel, Cho'Gall, Greymane will still probably beat any 4-man that's available for the other team. I don't know, you have double heals. You should be able to, you might be able to out-sustain, but I don't think the damage will be there yet. So they'll probably be going auto attack Vala. Are they? Did their banner just not, or what's going on here? Oh, so they're just okay. So they're deciding not to do a second tank. They're just gonna go with the Mathiel just to get the damage bonus on it. I know I would have liked Diablo. Diablo would have given a lot of protection for everybody else. Right now they have no peel. Greymane can pretty much do whatever he wants because of the peel. Greymane's gonna be able to do whatever they want. Cho'Gall's honestly gonna be able to do whatever he wants. He, other than just the straight damage from Mathiel and Leoric, he's not gonna be too afraid. He's gonna have a lot of hope generation from Ariel. He's not gonna be too strong early game. Mathiel will destroy him early game until Cho'Gall gets more health and more of his abilities off. And Ariel has the level 7 talent to reduce the cooldown on her W. So, I don't know, I could see it working. I honestly, personally would have liked the Diablo. Mathiel gives him a lot stronger early game. Diablo gives him a lot stronger late game. And that's when Cho'Gall gets strong. Cho'Gall gets strong at late game. But, you know, let me know what you guys think of which team's going to win. I don't know. I think the meme team's probably going to win with Cho'Gall just because it is Infernal Shrines, one of his better maps. He can rotate in the 4-man. Joanna can sit in the top. Greymane can sit up top. Either of those two will work against the Leoric, or Mathiel. Actually, it'll probably be Mathiel up top. I don't know. It could be the other person up top too. So, all right, on the left side, UNT Eagles for game number 1. We got Z Fury on the Vala, Phoenix Sniper on the Uther, AKN on the Stukov, Calgear on the Leoric, and Physicals on the Mathiel. On the right side, we got Sophist Intensifies, Sophist on the Ariel, Rar Steve, which is Rar Jar and Sia Steve, if you know those names, on the Cho'Gall, Oxymore on the Joanna, and Temi on the Greymane. Right off the bat, picking the towns, we got Cocktail from Greymane, Drain Hope from Leoric. I imagine he's going to go full Drain Hope build. Actually, the ranged Wraith Strike on the Mathiel, which is kind of what I expected, and the slow questing on Stukov. Looking to get a lot of extra heals on the Stukov at 1 and 7. And I would expect the Vala's going to go auto attack, just try to start chunking down the Cho'Gall whenever he can. Cocktail getting a lot of damage. They're getting a lot of spread damage. Mathiel's actually not able to keep up his heal. And remember, I mean, they did nerf Cho'Gall's straight healing because they gave him that trait ability. So his, not his healing, his health. So actually Mathiel and Mathiel actually gets slightly less healing from him. Diablo with a fully stacked does have more health than Cho'Gall. We are going to see a Mathiel Greymane in top lane. Greymane should win this lane. As long as he dodges all of the shrouds from Mathiel, then Greymane should just be able to constantly auto-attack kite him. That's exactly what we're going to see. Other than that, we got the typical 4-man. Nothing too exciting. Johanna and Cho'Gall are pretty much going to be easily uncontested with trying to get these clears. Honestly, I think they might just do better with doing 1 and 3, just because, I mean, Stukov can clear decently well and safe. Wow, actually, oh, Greymane went in there for the kill. That's what it was, and must have gotten to the towers. Didn't quite work out, which is going to mess up their rotation a little bit, because somebody will have to go top lane to get that soak. They might just not do the soak at all, just because, you know, it's early game. Usually soak matters a lot more. And by the time Greymane gets there, he's probably barely going to miss the wave. So, yeah, so they're not going to go up there at all. First Shrine is top. That's probably the best one to go against. It has the most interesting positioning if the people control the lanes. And this is where we're going to see, are they going to have Leoric double soak? He did not go he doesn't have their level 4 yet, so there's no point. Don't know if they're getting the Wraith Walk to do extra damage to the minion wave. It looks like they're actually deciding, are they going to just give it up completely and just take these mercs? I don't know if I agree with that, only because, like, if they were doing that, why not just take the aggressive side, and that way you can kill the well as well. They do have time. They were rotating up there, so they only missed like half of a wave, and they will have those mercs pushing the entire time during this shrine, but they're taking it so quick, they're not even going to be able to get here in time. to actually do anything about it. Joanna's giving some vision. Cho'Gall's about to come in here. We got full hope Ariel. They're not afraid of anybody. Going up straight for the Cho'Gall. But if you look at all that damage, I mean, eventually they will be able to out heal this. Maybe. I mean, they have the Uther heals. They have Stukov healing, but he does have time, like what, 15 seconds on his trait that does the bonus healing. And so without the level 7s, I mean, they're just not able to keep up with the healing yet. The Ariel heals are just too strong. Might be able to get the Cho'Gall, though. Drain Hope does finish him off with everybody just barely alive. And with that kill, they are going to completely dominate. Nice stun on the Greymane right when he was leaping, so he got stuck and body blocked. And remember, during all that time, they have Mercs pushing. So this actually, you know, put pressure on that lane. Gave him a full level lead with a double kill on Cho'Gall. I mean, they were so close. Like, if Leoric died during that team fight, then obviously it would have gone the completely other direction. But the fact that Leoric was just barely able to stay alive, and Malthael was barely able to stay alive, they were able to get that Cho'Gall kill. Although they're going to be up back here, they might be able to re-engage with enough time. It's 4 more. None spawn. Unlucky timing on the spawn. 2 more. Oh yeah, they get it. Now we do see all 4 members up here for Sophist still. Leoric decided to go back lane. He's going to double soak. First Punisher does not get too much value. It dies really quick. Gets baited over the wall with a good Joanna use of her trait, Hardened Shield, to make sure that she's not going to get stunned and can't get any follow-up damage. Granted, UNT doesn't have any real follow-up stuns to go against it. So with the first Punisher down, we got the double soak lanes with the Leoric and Joanna, and the 4-man versus the 3-man. Technically 4. Looking at Malthael trait stack, he's got 1/3 done when it's only been 2 levels, so it's looking pretty good there as long as they're consistently team fighting. We are going to get the double soak Royal Focus build from Leoric, which is really strong for any situations where he's going to be possibly in the by himself, and which is honestly it's going to be most of the time. Malthael is going to be most of the team fights against Cho'Gall. Ooh, is he going to get that kill with the dot? I think he does. Nice auto attacks there. And comes in with the heals. So coming with the Stukov, looking at the Stukov build, does get 1 good spread, which is going to be the best build at this point because everybody's stacking up and the targeting exposition. And this is going to be great. So like now with this, Stukov should constantly have his trade up to be able to get the big heals, because Cho'Gall is mainly going to be in the front line all the time. He can just always throw it on Cho'Gall, get the reset on his trait, and then heal everybody up. I think he missed that one, but it's alright. And they're just able to bully these people out here with the double heals. We are seeing full multi-shot build from Vala. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I mean, you're only hitting 4 members now. You're definitely down 1 member, which is fine. You're still hitting the Ariel and the Cho'Gall, but with the AoE healing of Ariel, I don't think it's that big of a deal. They're going to dive right into the Ariel. We should get the body block with the Wraith Walk. No, he didn't time it right. Oh, he goes in anyways onto the towers. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting him to do it before they got to the towers. Like, if he had did it right here, they would have been the body block, and she probably would have died. Joanna's actually halfway done with her quest, with her globe quest, which is really strong. And cocktail good. Nice cocktail stacks there. I only got 1. Surprising. Malthael's still sitting in the tower. Make sure he gets all of his mana. Almost got bombs away for Cho'Gall. He should have his Wraith Walk away. Yep, pretty easy. Actually didn't drain Hope before he did that. A little bit of make sure that he does not take too much damage. He might have missed it. I didn't quite see. But I like this. So far, UNT has been focusing on making sure that the lanes are pushed out before they engage. They are trying to get 10, and with this lane, they should be able to get 10, and then Sophist will have to disengage and give it to him. This does give a free Punisher to UNT, and let's see if they're able to do anything with it. Immediate picks up everything. Nice and Tomb on the Ariel right off the bat. Got Strafe picking up, trying to get more AoE damage. Again, I was surprised. I would imagine they'd want to get targeted focus damage, focus Rain of Vengeance, focus stuns. Yeah, but it's working out. Enough AoE healing that maybe Ariel will definitely not be able to keep up. Quest did get 3 for Cho'Gall. But like, that's one of the best things to do. Like, you know that you're trying to get 10, and then sometimes when you're like, you know, maybe the lower teams or lower people, when they are farming for that 10 and they're about to hit a team fight, they still don't pick the ultimates quick enough. Like, you still go into the battle without an ultimate. It kind of defeats the purpose. So they all immediately picked up their ultimates, which is great. Allowed them to engage and almost get a kill. Oh, actually, they did get a kill. My bad. 6 kills to 1. Cho'Gall team has actually not been able to do anything. Nice entomb there, the Ariel. Seeing that vision of the Ariel getting right on top of her with the silence, so she wasn't even able to Aegis. Also, she just got her ultimate, so they didn't have Aegis anyways. She wouldn't have been able to use it, but now with the Tormented Souls, Malthael's just going to sit on top of them, and that's going to be a dead Cho'Gall. So, give it to them. I mean, the Malthael is doing work. Malthael is probably one of the better counters to Cho'Gall. Like I said, Malthael is an early game hero. He's going to have the early strength against the Cho'Gall just because his trait works immediately. Whereas, you know, I was saying the Diablo, which I think will still work, it's just going to be a later game. They might have lost the first 2 Punishers, and that might have been enough to lose the game. So the fact with the Malthael pick is allowing them to have this early lead. So with that Punisher down, everybody's going back to their PvE mode. Just make sure that they control the lanes. Everybody's splitting up as they need to. Look at the talents. We actually have Go for the Throat, making sure that they can get the burst on one person, just because they have double heals. The Cursed Bullet will be healed up immediately, so it doesn't get as much value. We got the slow with damaging and the stun, and the double stun from Cluster Shield. So they are able to stun lock one person and try to kill them with the Go for the Throat. If they get a Rune Bomb on somebody with the double stun, I mean, that's quite a lot of damage. We do have Divine Shield, though, so it's going to be hard to actually burst one person. We're looking to try to get a jump on this Greymane, but he's playing safe. Seeing the 4 members up here, great choice by Sophist to push the other lane. There's no way that, and it's great when teams do this, because there's no way that they'd be able to match them up here. Like, if they were right here when they saw everybody on the map, so if they ran that way, they would have lost that fort anyways, and they wouldn't have been able to get any value out of it. Now, with this consistent push onto the keep, it does make it a little scarier for Sophist that they're not going to be able to. Nice entomb on them with the silence from, and that's going to be a dead. Oh, the save. He should die right after it anyways, and that he does. It was a good attempt there, but with that kill, with the push, the wall, and the kill, that's a lot of value. They don't actually get the fort, so they didn't get the closer to level 13. And now there's the 14 talent tier difference. Malthael's quest is almost done. Greymane's quest is almost done. I mean, Greymane quest will help a lot. It's a lot more poke to make sure that the healers are using their abilities on cooldown. Greymane just came back. So right now they're still talent tier down, so they don't really want to fight. They want to make sure they get this fort. Once they kill this fort, we'll give them level 13, but does net another Punisher for Sophist. Nice cocktail, finishes the quest. Cho'Gall's coming back up. Is actually her thing's gonna run in through the middle because they're gonna have to give them this first fort. Now they're gonna make sure that they can bait it over the next keep wall. Make sure they don't all group up too much. Entomb is available, so whatever it jumps on, they can entomb and get a lot of damage done. Looking for the Joanna because she can just entomb away. Almost got the entomb still. A little bit slow. But it was a great attempt. I mean, even with the entomb, that still makes Joanna pretty scared because, I mean, her trait can't last too long. And that died so fast. But Ariel just has, I mean, she just always gets mana, or hope. But it's almost a 16 tier talent difference. And that's going to make it the next stop where they're not going to be able to do anything. Sophist, oh sorry, UNT is going to be looking to get that level 16. There it is. So now I would imagine they're going to want to invade in here. Looks like they are probably expecting it. Sophist is expecting it. Yep. So here's the invade, and I think they probably have to give this up, especially into a choke point. That's going to work only better for Vala and for Leoric to get entombs, and Malthael, honestly. Yeah, with the silent 16 talent tier difference, allow them to be aggressive, which is exactly what they needed to do. Nothing that Sophist, I mean, Sophist can obviously fight it, it's just not the smartest. You always want to take fights that you have a more probability to win, and that is not one. Good cocktail damage. Still full multi-shot build from the bottom. And right now, I mean, UNT is just looking to control the map. Not too much that Sophist can do about it at this point with the 3-level difference. And it's one of those spots where it feels bad. Like, you almost try to look for the bait into somebody, into like a party bush. But since they control, they're pushing out the lanes so well that you can't even get into position where they were not where UNT will not expect them. Like, they'll see them anywhere on the map because of the minion waves being so far out. Joanna's 2 away from his quest. They'll probably look to clear this top lane, and then might have to poke. I mean, honestly, they can't give another Punisher. This next Punisher should take a keep wall. I would imagine either Vala or what's his name, Stukov kind of stays here, and they can kind of be aggressive, and then just stay in the 2 different lanes, push him out. Get rid of this. Do have full drain hook from Uther. Getting a little bit of scout. Nice. I mean, the free vision from the Cho'Gall. And they're just gonna look to. I mean, they're gonna look to poke as best they can. But with the Stukov healing, I mean, it's not gonna get much done. And almost with the Leoric pick, I wonder if they knew that they kind of expected to go Cho'Gall, or if they just assumed that they wanted the Leoric because of the map. With the Tormented Souls on the mouth, he's just able to sit on everybody and get so much healing. Look at the Cho'Gall just get melted away. Izzy barely gets out. So close. There's so much poison damage on him. Greymane actually gets the counter kill onto the Vala because she stepped out, but for what cost? Losing the Cho'Gall and the Greymane on that. And all the hero slains catching up. Leoric is going to be looking to get really strong with the next patch. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a chase. There she goes. Let's play with the zooms a little bit. So Shift W goes all the way out. Control W goes normal. Oh wait, W goes even more in. And that can zoom in. Look at that nice ether skin. So 18 to 15. I mean, there's not too much that Sophist can do about this. I wonder if they're going to keep this at 39 just so that they can push into the lane. That's exactly what they're going to do, and they're just going to control the lanes now, knowing that they only need 1 more minion. Although with this, they are letting Sophist get level 16, but I don't think they care too much because they're probably going to try to get 820. That's their goal. They're looking to delay this as much as possible so that way they have the Punisher with 20. Control the rest of the lanes. Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to get both this lane and this lane of soak. But they ended up getting the Punisher. I would imagine they probably would have wanted to get both lanes first. Just to get, that would give them 19. Gives them 1 more level of difference, but it doesn't make a difference. They are now finally same talent tiers. We got the heal from Joanna. Oh, look at that. That actually does a lot of damage. We get 1 more Punisher. We're looking for the N2. Didn't want to go for the N2 on the Joanna. Figured, hey, we're not going to be able to get them, and we don't want to waste that ultimate this time. I actually, how fast that is dying, they might not even be able to get a keep. No, they definitely can, right? They're looking for the next jump. He's ready for it. They're right there. Perfect. I like that. He Wraith Walked because he knew that the Punisher was just about to punch. I mean, it happens about every 15 seconds or so, maybe 20. So, you know, you kind of feel it's been a while. He's about to jump. And with that, just said, I'm going to get in Wraith Walk. I'm going to get ready to be there right when he jumps and be able to into him. Great play. Tormented Souls once again. All the poison damage. Well, not poison, but all the... I don't know what you call that type of damage. Not poison, but it's, you know, just a dot. No keep yet, so they're not able actually to go onto the core, but they just want to get him killed. With that, they're definitely going to go core now. Joanna is not going to be able to stop him. Sophist calling the GG, knowing that it's over. I mean, Greymane's alive. They're able to push away. I mean, it takes a long time for them to kill this. I mean, still 3 seconds on Cho'Gall, so who cares? But that's a lot. I think it takes a long time. So, congratulations to UNT Eagles on the first game. The meme team did not prevail. Unfortunate. Now, if I go back to this, that does bring that up. Okay, good. So, yep. I mean, it was basically outcomped, honestly. I mean, Leoric, they picked the Leoric before the Cho'Gall was shown. They could have been picking it just because of the map. They could have been picking it because they know that Sophist is kind of a meme team and wants to do Cho'Gall. So, either way, it worked out for him. Let's see. Just gonna get the next map ready. Say that who won on which team. Look, these guys all like actually log into Cherry League and sign up and check in for the games on each 3 rounds. Why can't our team do that? Tisk tisk. So I believe actually UNT Eagles is actually a dorms team. Here's the dorm team. That or they are planning to be one for the 2018 year. I think it says that on their Cherry League website, their Cherry League profile page. That's kind of cool. I mean, getting some good practice in here. I'm curious why they didn't decide to go into the pro division and just stick with Division 1. So just waiting for Sophist and Intensifies to pick their map. Oh, they're not even in here. Oh, yeah, they are. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Alright, let's do this. Make sure it's not a brawl. Make observer, make referee this time. Swap team. Team 1. Where's this other guy? Whisper. Oops, wrong button. Invite to game. Alright, so I think we're looking for one more on... So Z Fury, he swaps that team. Physicals is over there. Oxymore, Sophist, Rarjar, Captain, see a Steve. Who else are they missing? Oh, there he is. Rarjar, that's probably the one. Alright, so I got select the map. Do admin things. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Oh, I don't have this up. Wait. Why is this not working? Oh well. Alright. Yeah, Sophist. I changed that. Someone else came in. Alright, so we got Tomb of the Spider Queen. Draft team starts. Draft away team, Matt Pipic team. Draft starting team. Team 1. Start round. Alright. Alright, and we're getting going real quick into there. Start game. Why is this not working? This is not... Come on. Anyways, so this is game number 2 of UNT Eagles versus the Sophist Intensifies. What do you do in arena? Alright, this time it was Tomb of the Spider Queen was picked by Sophist Intensifies. Let's see if they're going to want to go for the Cho'Gall pick again. It is another one of his best maps. But UNT Eagles has the first pick, first ban. Game number 2. So I don't know why this is not cutting around right. Did it switch my stuff around? Why does it change? That's stupid. Oh wait, nope. There you go. Hovering the Uther ban. Last time they banned... Who they banned first? Who they banned first last game? Genji was banned by Sophist. Doesn't matter. Decided on the Uther. They are the ones that picked Uther last time, so they don't want to deal with him this time. Make sure that there's no any type of shenanigans with the stuns, and follow up with Divine Shields to make somebody pop off. To the Spider Queen, another map where it really depends on your rotations. It depends on your 4-man versus the other 4-man, if who's going to have the better push versus kill comp versus, control of the lanes. And then the solo laner. The solo laner still makes a difference. Usually it doesn't really matter as long as you're not getting super bodied out of the solo lane, but these teams in Division 1, they're not going to draft to a point where their solo laner is going to get destroyed. But what usually has to happen is, and what I keep trying to get my team to do, is that when you do your rotations between the 4-man, if you're the team that's winning it, your solo laner, I mean, he can be aggressive because if you're winning on the 4-man, you can do a rotation to that bottom lane during one of the while the other team is on the top lane. You kill the middle lane, rotate bottom before they know it, before they're able to catch up and try to get a gank on that solo laner. If you're able to gank the solo laner of the enemy team, that gives you a huge lead on the gem count, and then obviously the lane count, because they're gonna have to run somebody down there. The other teams have to run somebody down there. So this time UNT is picking the Ariel. Sophist is going for the Genji. They banned Genji last game. Maybe they were afraid that somebody on the other team is going to pick him. This time they're going to take Genji. There is no Uther, so there's no Uther to stop him, to stop the Genji to get the free stun and then stun lock with the Divine Shield, or Divine Storm, sorry. And there's also no Divine Shield for the Genji for his Dragon Blade. Let's see who they're going to pair out. If it is an early Ariel, could see a Chromie. I mean, we like to play Chromie against Ariels. It makes her a big pain in the butt to heal against. Picking the Stukov, a great healer for the 4-man, because, like I said, once he gets his level 7 and he's able to get the reduced cooldown on his trait, on the single, his single Q slow, then he becomes a really strong AoE healer. So right now they're showing a Genji Stukov versus an Ariel. They're leaving everything open. They take Genji Stukov. They can still go Gul'dan. Gul'dan's a great battery for Ariel. They can go Vala Tassadar. Both of them are great. Vala Tassadar and just kind of bully them out of lanes and just get a solo laner. And 2 tanks. Honestly, that could work. Yeah, take solo laner. They actually go with the Joanna Tassadar, so they did not decide not to get the Vala right off the bat. They don't know what battery they want to get yet. I mean, I'm surprised by that, because Tassadar doesn't get that much value with a Gul'dan. He gets some value with a Lunara. I guess they want to try to keep the Tracer open. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what they want to do. They want to try to keep the Tracer option open, but they don't want to show Tracer right now, so they decided to pick their tank. I'm actually surprised both of these teams have gone through with Joanna. I mean, Sophist has picked Joanna. She's not really in the meta right now. I mean, like, she's still a tank. She's still a good tank. She provides AoE. She provides some zone control, some peeling. So she's still a good tank, but it's like all these teams always want like their gimmicky tanks. They want the Stitches for the hooks. They want the Playmakers. They want the Muradins. They want the, stuff like that. Diablos to get those stun locks. But Sophist decided to ban the Vala. Get rid of one of the options for UNT as a battery and a great Tassadar enabler. It's interesting that, are they going... There's no way they go Cho'Gall. I mean, there's no way. They banned Leoric. I mean, Leoric is... I mean, so far, the 3 that they're showing... Leoric is not amazing against. Tassadar can E out. Joanna has her trait, and Ariel has a whip to kind of keep anybody out of that little choke. So I'm actually, and she also has Aegis, so I'm actually very surprised why they banned the Leoric. Maybe they don't want to deal with somebody in the solo lane. Garrosh, there you go. So there's one of the playmaker heroes with the Garrosh. Hopefully, the only person that Garrosh should be able to flip is the Joanna, because everybody else should be in the backline, not even near the Garrosh. So they show Stukov. A Garrosh has no peel unless they go a second tank, which they probably will. If they don't really have a solo, Sophist doesn't have a solo laner. Greymane can solo lane. It's just, he kind of loses a lot of his value as a hero to be his kill potential. So that means they probably are still going to want to pick up solo laner for Sophist, which means they're not going to have too much peel for the Stukov. Cassia and Malthael again. So the double heal, Cassia with the battery. I guess. I mean, Cassia has to have closer auto attack range. So that means that puts her more danger to the Garrosh. For her to auto attack Garrosh, she's literally in ranged for her to be pulled and thrown. So that's a little questionable. It gives her some auto attack. Stukov, I mean, Lunara wouldn't work too well because Stukov does have easy AoE heals and Lunara doesn't do that much burst. Cassia will at least do a good auto attack burst on a single target, but no AoE. So I guess Lunara was kind of out of the question. Kind of begs the question of why they picked Joanna instead of Vala in the in that second round, or the first round rather. So the final pick, they're going against the Malthael solo lane or Tassadar, probably Malthael solo lane, which could be anybody at this point. I mean, Malthael goes again. Greymane was beating Malthael in the solo lane, other than the fact that he wanted to go and try to get the kill and dove in the towers in the first game. But Sophist is rounding out their team with a Gul'dan. So they have solo heal Stukov with a solo Garrosh tank and 2 divey Genji Greymane heroes with a backline Gul'dan. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll have to see how it plays out. I'm not a fan, but I'm trying to see what they were going for, other than just trying a team and seeing if it works. Rajar's on the Genji here. He's pretty good. So, game number 2, UNT Eagles versus Sophist Intensifies. Let me know what team you guys think are winning. I mean, so far, UNT's got a pretty try-hard, typical comp, double heal, double frontline, battery, Ariel, with Tassadar. It's pretty hard to kill. Anyways, on the left side, UNT Eagles, we got AKN on the Ariel, Phoenix Sniper on the Tassadar, Z Fury on the Cassia, Hailgar on the Joanna, and Physicals on the Malthael once again. On the right side, we got Sophist Intensifies, CSD this time on the Gul'dan, Sophist on the Stukov, Temi on the Greymane, Rajar on the Genji, and Oxymore on the Garrosh. Holy cow. Look at, we got charge strikes from the Cassia. I've been told that Cassia is kind of bugged with her fend, so we'll have to see if we see any of that bugged in this game. Kind of, it puts her in like a position where she doesn't want to be. Like you charge the fend and then you'll like run around them and be behind them or something like that. It's pretty weird. Garrosh is actually going for the War Breaker, looking for the pull quest, which is going to be pretty interesting because he should only be pulling Joanna. But like I said before, Cassia has to be kind of in position to do any type of damage because she's going to be the hope generator for the team, and for her to get hope, that means she's have to be in there, and that's going to put her at a threat to Garrosh. So actually, I could see this playing out for Sophist just because of that. So far, no pull yet. Cassia's kind of been lacking on the hope generation. Rajar's just being annoying, making sure that they slow down the rotation. Nice dodge there on the whip. Actually pulling the Ariel, but not enough, not enough follow-up. Cassia's able to get the charge strikes to get a lot of hope in there, and they'll be able to get one heal. Holding off on the heal to get everybody in it. Actually does not heal herself that much. See, Steve is getting real close. See that Fend actually put him like in between it. This is kind of interesting. Genji's, this is nothing but brawling. I feel like they've missed a whole lane of soak, but Jar does end up dying. She timed her Q right after the thing ran away. Oh man, I have to like do this. There we go. Ooh, nice condemn damage on this on Gildan. No pull from the garage, so that's looking for one gimmick. We do have the Fell Flame build. Every time that Cassia sees the garage use Warbreaker, then you're probably gonna see her be really aggressive. Like I said before, you know, Genji winning the bottom lane because he doesn't actually need to be in wolf form, and he can just, as long as he dodges that, which he didn't. But if Physicals was in, I had full health versus full health, he should beat the Greymane. But if the Greymane does not get hit by the war shot and doesn't allow the jump to happen, then Greymane can just literally walk in just auto attack for days. Looking to kill the CSD. Nice stun right on the corner of the wall. Does end up getting the kill. Did not care about those tower shots. Not with the Tassadar and Auriel heals. The rotation's now in control by UNT. Malthael is getting punished hard down here. And so this is one of the situations. So I would hope to see kind of looking like we're going to try to get a gank with the Genji. I think you might have shown right there. So we're going to have a full backing. We actually see the lifesteal instead of the reduced damage from Tassadar. Yeah, Greymane is just fully in control of this bottom lane. So UNT is going to do something about this, just because they're going to be missing out on a lot of gems. Like they're losing a tower. They are winning the 4-man, and these towers are getting empty on shots as well. But not allowing the Falstad to die. Now, if they get this gank, this is what I was talking about. They got the 4-man. They got one of them. Missed. Oh, wait, what? How did that miss? He like dove through the whip. But yeah, that's kind of what they needed to do. You're controlling the 4-man. I actually would have been better to see the Joanna kind of rotate top to get that soak, and just have the Tassadar Auriel Cassia come in if they rely on the whip. Or honestly, they could just bring Joanna because of the pull, and then put Tassadar top for the soak. You don't usually want to lose soak early game. That did catch them up. They were half a level lead, and now was able to get caught up. Ooh, that was a little bit of the garage bug there, where he'll throw even though nobody's near him. Kind of sucks. Hopefully they make that a little bit easier for that hero. UNT trying to get the turn in. They're going to want Malthael to turn in, and so they're going to want to make another rotation bottom to at least either to scare off the Greymane, but also to just allow a lot of good damage there, but just to allow the Malthael to turn in. Yeah, because now right here, Genji is just going to take his time and scare him off, and he can honestly, if he dodges and doesn't get auto attacked, he can kite Malthael. Shroud just went out. Yeah, so they're going to be super aggressive. The good thing about this is that UNT will stop Sophist from turning in the top lane completely. It's just because they have control of the wave so much. Charge strike, doing work. Malthael is not having a good time here. Ooh, we got this bait. He got baited in here. The rest of the team took a little bit longer to come in. He's going to have dive onto somebody. He's going to be looking for the dive. I think he's just going to give up the dive. He already turned in, so honestly he doesn't care. And this is actually going to give the rest of the team enough time to turn in. That actually worked out for him. Honestly, the first turn in for this map is very important. It gives, if you're able to be aggressive on it, then it gives you a large lead on structures and map control. I mean, Greymane will be up for it. This Web Weaver's going to spawn right at that wall. Ooh, if they lose physicals here, that's going to be really bad for them. They want to be aggressive. This should be a dead. Yeah, that's totally a dead Malthael. That's really bad for UNT. Losing that member down there means that this Web Weaver should be able to get a fort for free. Even if they kill this fast enough, there's no way they rotate down to get to save this fort. And if you're able to get a fort on the first Web Weaver, it's such a big deal. It gives you such a level lead. So that little bit of that gank on the Greymane actually spelled a doom for. I just put UNT in a less favorable position. Like I said, I think it would have been better if they kept the Tassadar up here. He has vision. He can annoy with his storm. Oh, just kind of rotating top. They already have control of the lanes. They weren't able to do anything else. I mean, they lost a fort, a wall, and another wall. That's pretty good. You see now it gives them a level lead. Yeah, I mean the Joe with the Cassia does give more synergy. Right now Cassia seeing the 5-mana merge up top. She's gonna get her free turn in. The only downside here is that their lanes are so pushed out that their web weavers are only going to be spawning at their wall. Except for the mid lane. Mid lane will probably spawn there. But the bottom web weavers are going to spawn down here. Top web weavers are going to spawn in the middle. Level 10 hit first for Sophist. And now that's level 10 with web weavers on the other team. That's exactly what they want to see. They want to see those web weavers. So that way we know that those web weavers aren't going to get any value. Got level 10. We have the Whirlwind from the, or Decimate rather, from Garrosh. They don't want to dive in too far. Honestly, if Garrosh is able to catch somebody on the chase, still no level 10. They're going to be looking to throw somebody. This is perfect. They want to throw somebody over this wall. Nice whip. Keep away the Garrosh. Make sure that he doesn't get any type of pull. I mean, he's only pulled 7 people, and none of them have ended in a kill. So even though they had this level 10 lead for nearly like 30 seconds, they haven't been able to get anything done with it. We have Fear. I'm surprised we didn't see them be more aggressive. Ooh, nice stun lock chain. Almost killing Rajar with the wall from the Tassadar. Nice cocktail damage and curse bullet. Make sure that it just keeps them on the run. There's Dragon Blades coming out. A good Fear. Malthael's gonna die right off the way. Gets some resets for Genji, but Arash is actually gonna die. And that's a lot of their gems. I mean, Malthael died, but their main battery is still alive, and they now don't have a tank. Even though they didn't have Peel before, now they have even less. Honestly, Cassia with Charge Strike can still be aggressive here as long as they're able to get some hope for the Ariel. Ariel's Hope Star. Wow, that actually did a lot of damage to Testar. They're just going to keep chasing this. I mean, they know that Ariel has no hope. Cassia just needs to be auto-attacking. And that's one of the problems with Cassia is that as a hope generator, she just, since she has no real abilities like Vala has multi-shot that gives a lot of, she has Hungering Arrow that she can just throw out while people are chasing her to give Ariel hope. Same thing with Gul'dan. Gul'dan just constantly throws out abilities so that she can always get hope. With Cassia, it's harder because it's harder to stutter step because of her lower attack range. You could really see it on that chase. Nice throw on the Stukov to save him. Stukov actually ended up going with the arm reach, even though he's the solo healer, which is kind of surprising. But they have another web weaver. They have a level lead, but same talent tier. Nice cocktail damage. There's just no hope. With this pressure like this, there's no hope on Ariel. They're just constantly getting poked down, and it's actually ridiculous how little Ariel can do. Looking at the numbers, I mean, Ariel's only doing 14. Tassadar is going to catch up to her at this point. I mean, Greymane with the cocktail throws. It's already full. He's throwing them out every, what, 8 seconds? Unstoppable coming out of the Joanna, so he's not able to get thrown away. Now, could you imagine Cassia still had the Charge Strike works on all minions, and what? There's the throw. He already used his trait, so he does not have the trait available. Nice cocktail damage with the Greymane, the Genji jump in. Dragon Blade coming out, but Genji actually dies to defend. That's a 1-to-1 kill. One of their DPS versus one of the tanks. Curse Bullet just to scare him away. Once again, Ariel has no hope. Misses her one ability. Oh my gosh, the Greymane is just gonna tickle him down.
Destroy their constructs.
Like with that, like they're just, the Ariel's just not able to heal anything, just because she just doesn't have any hope. What a boss call. They're all there. I mean, they're assuming that's where they are. They don't see anybody on the map. Tassadar kind of, I mean, they're seeing if they wanted to be baited here, but now they know that they're definitely in there. Throw, throw, throw. Oh, that would have been sick. The Cassia damage. Ariel still has no hope, and Genji is going in because he knows there's no way that they can stop him. Greymane has no mana though either. He doesn't even have enough for a cocktail. They had to blow ultimates just to run away. Ariel just can't heal. She just doesn't have hope. One of the problems with Cassia. I mean, I'm terrible at calling things because last game I called Sophist with Cho'Gall. This game I called the double heals, and I'm just getting bodied on my calls. Checking the boss. There's level lead. I mean, UNT has a turn in, but they just don't have control of the map, so it's hard for them to do anything. Looking for a team fight here. Cassia still needs to get in range. Does have one blind coming out with her ult. This actually finally gives a good amount of hope for her. That's able to heal up the team full. Cassie needs to be turning back around to try to get some kills. Trying to dodge the flank. Genji's gonna finish up the nice fear right after the Aegis. And with the push away, they get one kill. They have the disengage. A nice wall. Should get the Greymane for that. Oh, but Tassadar, no. They're so split with Genji in the back line coming in, poking from the back. Once again, Ariel just doesn't have hope. She can't heal anybody. Oh my gosh. Ariel honestly is getting more hope by herself, and that's a full man wipe for one. They didn't know what to do here with the Genji in the back line and Joanna trying to chase, and now they're finally gonna go for the boss. It's just that Ariel just can't get hope. That's the problem in all these team fights. Level 16 pulled. Got the shield. Pretty typical talents. Gul'dan's actually took the reduced spell power, reduced healing because she's just sitting in the background. Honestly, Gul'dan hasn't been afraid of anybody yet. With the boss, do they still have turn? They do have a turn in now. So boss and a turn in. That's gonna be scary. They should be pushing this top lane. They have Greymane to poke. Ariel's not gonna be able to get any hope again because they're on the other side of the lane. Gul'dan and Greymane poking. Curse bullet goes out, not hitting anybody. But it's a short cooldown. It's only already 25 seconds. No throw there. Kind of walked away from it. I have this problem with Garrosh as well. I will do the Warbreaker. They'll pull to me, and I'll already be walking backwards, and I'm out of range. But that cocktail, man. Finally, they're coming in. They got the Tassadar wall. Cassia's coming in from the backside, giving Ariel a lot of the hope, but Malthael going in a little earlier ends up dying first. One stun. Try to get the stun on everybody else. Saving the Stukov in the back for his life. But Ariel still has no hope. Genji's coming in. Our Aegis has to Aegis herself, and he's going to be able to heal everybody. And with that Aegis, is actually able to get enough healing. But the Genji and the Gul'dan able to get a double kill with his Stealth Lane there, and they should be able to clean up with the resets from the Genji. Free keep. Can they go core here? They don't have a tank. They have Stukov heals, though. I think they're going to look for it. They have 30 seconds until everybody's out. Up. Just Malthael right now. Malthael does have his ultimate. Curse bullet comes out, trying to get some heals, but Genji is actually going to lose his life for this. No, he does not. And with the Stukov auto attacks, with the Greymane auto attacks, I think they get the core here. 5 seconds. Well, that went the other direction than I thought it would. So, game number 2 going to Sophist Intensifies. All right, game number 3. Let's keep these stats up for a little bit. While I do admin things. I don't like the Cassia. Like, it was interesting to me because of her lower auto attack speed against just the Garrosh. Like, so not low speed, but her range. So she can't really be aggressive to get that hope. And she was trying to be flanky on the back line, but then while she's trying to flank, then she can't. She's also not getting hope. So it's a pretty iffy pick. I mean, Lunar wouldn't have been able to get any threat on the board because of Stukov healing. I just don't know why they picked the Joanna over the Vala in the first rotation. I mean, they Ariel, Vala, Tassar. That's the dream. Not really quite sure why they picked the Joanna there. Let's see how this works. Why is my hotkeys not working? This is not dead cells. I don't care about dead cells. Whatever. I don't know how that's working. But Sophist is so intense right now. It's true. Battlefield of Eternity. That's what we're going to. Alright. Battlefield of Eternity. Create game. Do all this stuff. Alright, that's one team's good. So, do chair league things. Battlefield of Eternity, update round. Start the round. All right. So we got draft is turn 2. Map pick was team 1. Both teams are ready already. They give me no time, so we're just gonna move right into it. Probably should get some water, honestly. Alright, well, let's just go right into game number 3. I'm a referee. We're good. So, game number 3, UNT Eagles versus Sophist Intensifies. Going to Battlefield of Eternity, picked by UNT. So, first pick goes to Sophist. Battlefield is a pretty interesting map. You're kind of picking between a race comp or a defend kill comp. Normally, you don't really like most of the pro teams, the higher up, higher tier teams. They don't really go for the straight kills. Like you might have one member that's really good at killing, like the Gray Mains, the Valas, the Artanis. Not really Artanis though. And then the rest of your team is there for the kill. Like you're gonna have your one guy that's attacking, maybe the rest of the team defending, or the whole team defending, and one person in the lane. There goes the Gray Main. Maybe they're gonna try to go for the Ariel again. Ariel's not good on this map because during the time when you're on the shrine, the mortals, if you're trying to kill the other team's immortal, then Ariel's getting no hope. She is really good on the defending side, but Vala being the first pick, that, like I said before, that is kind of one of your racers, so they already have her. This leaves open Tassadar. This leaves open any type of healing schematic. Vala's just pretty strong with anybody. I'd actually be pretty interested to see them take Tassadar and a tank here. Again with the Malthael. I mean, worked for them the first game, didn't work too well the second game. He is strong on this map. He is a racer as well. He does, his dot affects the immortal just the same. It is a percent damage, but it is capped. But the percent damage is still percent damage. Now, are we going to see Tassadar tank? Or Tassadar healer? I imagine two. I mean, they can still go Ariel. I don't think it'll be very good. They can pick. Honestly, I'd like to say Tass Monk. I think Tass Monk would be sick. They don't have to pick Monk right here because Rhaegar's already picked. Uther's banned. Monk's not going to get banned. Or I'd be very surprised if Monk got banned. So I could see them taking Tassadar tank. Any tank at this point. Maybe we'll see another Joanna since Joanna's been picked every round so far. I definitely should have got some water. They do go for the Ariel, and they go in the Garrosh. Garrosh is actually really fun on this map because of the Punishers, the Immortals. If you're defending an Immortal, you can throw them into your own Immortal when it's doing like the AoE stun, or when it's on the little locations, the little stuns. Throwing somebody into that is so fun. They did go with the Ariel, not picking up the Tassadar. I wonder if they're going to ban the Tassadar. Like I said before, Ariel is not good on the attacking side of the Immortal. She is good on the defending side, where Vala can actually be a battery. But I guess if you're attacking, it doesn't really matter because they shouldn't be attacking you either, unless they're defending, which that's when it still makes it pretty tough. They are banning the Cho'Gall. They're mousing over the Cho'Gall ban anyways. Not a bad map for Cho'Gall, honestly. It'd be a little weird for them to go Cho'Gall with a Garrosh, because they wouldn't have a solo laner. Yeah, there's the Tassadar. Kind of expected. Tassadar is he's just too powerful with the Vala. And I don't think, so far with the Rhaegar and Malthael showing, they don't have a team comp that they can really pick a Tassadar into. Sophist able to ban the Genji on the second round, making sure that Vala and Ariel are not going to be too scared, especially Garrosh. You know, Garrosh is not going to be able to do anything against a Genji. So we're probably going to be seeing their main face damage, or not face damage, their main auto attack damage, range damage, and their tank. Like I said, I don't know what these players like to play. That definitely makes a big difference. The Li Ming Dahaka. I see Dahaka a lot on this map, and I'm always surprised by it. I mean, I know there are quite a lot of vents. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's vents on every side, and so that when you're attacking the lane, a lot of times with like Cursed Hollow, which you would think would be great for Dahaka, if you're winning, it's actually really hard to get that global on Cursed Hollow because there's not really any good vents or brush on the enemy's team side. But this map does have a good amount. You have all those little, those little crescent turns that he can run into real quick. Dahaka is now available to get them on their solo lane, or Malthael could be the solo lane. Are they going to pick Stitches? I would actually really like UNT to pick Stitches here. Stitches, Dahaka, same lane, get the pick, get the tongue, pull him, drag him to the towers. Stitches is really good for the Immortals on the defending side because you can pull them into your team when everybody's trying to poke. Li Ming is good for the attacking side because you have the range. So like this. So we have Lunara, Vala, which are both, when Lunara hits 7 and she takes Nature's Culling, she destroys Immortals as well. Vala with her Hungering Arrow build will destroy Immortals, and Ariel now has 2 batteries, whoever's closest and whoever's attacking. So it makes their team pretty scary, especially for the damage and for the peel and the safety. Alark is going to be their solo laner. Also really good on Immortals. Also really good on pushing people into stuns. So they have a lot of control on the map right now. I mean, Vala and Lunara can pretty much do damage all day. Garrosh, Alark can pull and push people into the Immortal stuns or away from your backline. I don't know. I would still like to see Stitches, honestly. Stitches, pull somebody away from the Ariel heals. The Tyrael.
Is at hand.
Are they gonna look to dive? I mean, Tyrael's gonna protect. They're looking to protect the Malthael, which I guess I can see that. So I mean, this time we have with the Tyrael, they got Sanctification with the Malthael. That allows him to stay in the team fight for a longer, just like a Divine Shield, if he's able to group up, which Garrosh and Alark most likely do. So, anyways, game number 3. Do I have this swapped? I do have this swapped. Zulu 1, Zulu 2. Well, you got a cat picture. That's funny. So game number 3, see what you guys think about it. I actually really like Sophist draft this time, but with the record that I have, it probably means they're going to lose, so I might have just jinxed them. Alright, so on the left side, UNT Eagles, we got Phoenix Sniper this time on the Malthael, not physicals. We got physicals on the Dahaka, Z Fury on the Li Ming, AKN on the Rhaegar, and Calgear on the Tyrael. On the right side, we got Sophist, Intensifies, Oxymore on the Garrosh, Sophist on the Ariel, Steve on the Lunara, Temi on the Vala, and Rajar on the Alrock.
We cannot tarry.
Warbreaker talent from Garrosh again. Smite, typical talents all around the board. Actually, we got... Oh yeah, so it's pretty typical Lightning Bond. Surprised that we're going for the Power Hungry over the Power Overwhelming, because usually what happens with Li Ming on this map is that you're either constantly throwing out your poke on the attacking immortal, or you're constantly throwing it out on the defending immortal, and you're sitting in the middle, you're not near lanes to get a globe. So, I mean, the globe is really, really nice for the extra damage boost. We should be getting one through up there. Actually, no flip. I'm surprised we haven't seen any flips. I think he keeps walking away, so he's not in range. But, you know, it's really good in lane. There's finally a flip. Sword is not available, so first death with the flip. Get some damage on Temi. But, yeah, so, I mean, I would have expected Power Hungry. And I mean, Power Overwhelming. And looking at the top lane here, Dahaka is having a real tough time against Alaric, which he does. Alaric actually does usually beat Dahaka, just because what you want to do is you want to be, 1, dodging those, and 2 is trying to get the minion cleared. But with the minions cleared, you can actually, Alaric can actually just auto attack Dahaka, and his auto attacks do so much that it's actually pretty scary. Like, I've gone, I mean, I like to say I'm a pretty good Dahaka, and I've gone against a couple Alarics, and it definitely, it's hard. It's a tough team fight because he gets enough healing where he can stay in the fight. He won't get the wave clear, but I think he just threatens Dahaka so much. I like this, a quick rotation from UNT right to the Immortal with the Malthael, forcing Sophist to have to defend. One pull misses. So this is a situation where, so now Li Ming's gonna have to constantly poke, which is good. You want this poke to happen, but now she's gonna run out of mana a lot faster. Nice tongue from the Dahaka, able to pull, throwing the Li Ming safely into his own team. Kind of a benefit, helped him out. Ooh, Dahaka walked back into the stun, and that actually killed him. Malthael actually dives back in and gets killed as well. A little bit of missed, you know, kind of not confident in where he wanted to go. What was the best decision there? Actually ended up walking back into the stun, allowed him to get pulled, and death. But they got a lot of the Immortal down, so they're not too worried. With enough of this poke, they're actually going to be scary enough where they still might race it. So like, this is the one best thing. Like, even you're attacking, you're just constantly sitting safely as Li Ming, and you're just throwing stuff out. But her, you know, her mana's going lower and lower and lower, which is fine. This, I mean, Power Overwhelming wouldn't be helping her too much right here. Level 4 just hit for Sophist, and both deciding to race. It's going to be pretty close. Wait. Okay, so UNT won. Just barely, actually. So this Immortal pretty much is going to die instantaneously, especially with the double range coming from Sophist. Smite build not going for Eldwin's reduced cooldown. Also kind of surprising, because that allows him to give a lot of his mobility. So the shield's already down, it's at quarter health. Yeah, the double range, they're not going to be able to do anything to this. Garage is going to be looking for a free pull. Gate is down, so pull is not as effective, but still always good to throw somebody. Actually gets himself stunned to try to get that one, but mainly he just wants to get his quest done now. So right now, Ariel's been keeping her hat on the Lunara for the most part during these team fights. See, I like this. So this is switching it around. Nice dodge by Vala. Switching around on who's going to be aggressive. Once again, the Garrosh pulls and walks away, so he's not able to actually be in range of the throw. There it is, but he has Eldrin's Might that time. I guess that's probably why he didn't take Eldrin's Might. He's expecting to have to use it for when he gets pulled and thrown away, so he's not going to be hitting anybody, and he won't get the reset. I guess I can see that. Both teams just poking around, checking out the Ariel, the Dahaka, Alarak. I think Alarak probably has enough. Oh shoot. Probably has enough health there, or essence there. Is not too scared. Looking for the bait. Coming in with the Leeming. Nice tongue. Barely hit him at the very edge of the range, and that ends up with a kill to Alarak. A good rotation. I mean, it was not expected by Sophist at all. That net them level 7. Let's see if the Leeming is going to go for the. Yep, I'd imagine he's going for Calamity. Oh, big damage with the orb. Trying to save her. Good throw. The Haka's come in, trying to get the tongue. Does not get the tongue. Oh, with a good whip from the RL coming out anyway, so if the tongue hit, it wouldn't have mattered. I'm actually very surprised they did not have Lunara up here to begin with. Lunara dumpsters Dahaka in lane, and then Alarak would actually give him a lot more kill pressure. With the race, I believe this goes in favor of, yeah, with the mouth heal. We do have Hungry and Arrow build. Hungry and Arrow build is still trying to get ready. We do have Nature's Culling, so I mean, Sophist has all the tools now to fully race. No pull available, but Leeming is just gonna be looking to throw out her orbs all day long. They're gonna leave Lunara on the top lane to kind of kill the Immortal, do some work. But with the mouth heal throwing out the shade, yep, see, I guess that's kind of like what he is. He's not really using his Eldrin's Might to go and engage. He's just using it for a nice pull in the garage. He is one of the tankier ones, so it's kind of hard to do. Mouthfield's taking some damage, but Rhaegar's going to be able to heal him up. All 5 members here defending, all 5 members here attacking, but the ranged poke goes in favor of UNT and actually gets the kill on Alarak because they're able to rotate down to him on the bot lane. Nice stun. Able to throw away. Actually, I didn't know you could do that. She threw him while he was stunned. And throwing away to the save. I mean, Grosh actually has pretty good safety. But between the Leeming poke and the Mouthfeel Shroud, they just are not able to get any benefit. Even when they're defending, they still are taking a lot of damage. They're still taking a lot of immortal damage, which is not boding well for their team. Dahaka once again on the bottom lane. He'll be able to engage on this top lane as soon as he wants. He can go into this bush. He'll go into any of these bushes with the move speed. Level 10 is almost hit for UNT, and they're going to be looking for it. They're going to want to play a little bit passive to get level 10. They get the structure damage. As soon as you see level 10, I would imagine we're going to probably see them engage in here, if the Immortal has any health left, which it does not. So, yep, they're probably going to back up after this Immortal dies.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
So once again, I think they're probably going to want the Lunara bot lane against the Dahaka. I mean, Alarak just can't do much against him. There's level 10. We got Sanctification. Looking to invade. Nice timing on that right at the end of it. Basically gave them a free camp. They're like, hey, thanks, guys. You guys did all the work and took all the damage and killed it for us. We're just going to come in here and take this. Thanks. So both teams waiting it out. I mean, there's no reason to push him out. He can just get the value he needs. So this is usually what happens is that you come in, you're trying to auto attack, you're clearing you're using your W on the wave at the same time. But the thing is that Alarak's auto attack actually does a lot. Here, show the pull. Okay, it does dodge away just to make sure. But Alarak's auto attack actually does a lot of damage. Rest of the team rotating down, make sure they can get the other Merc camp to probably see Dahaka go top. Could walk top. Surprised he's not. We should get the next Punisher in probably about 30 seconds. Most times you'll see teams hold this until the next Punisher. Just that way it's actually pushing into the lane. So you see that UNT is actually not taking their Shaman camp yet.
Are you ready, heroes?
Man, called that right on the money. So now, I mean, even though that they're all bot lane, nice Turiel. There's too many minions in the way, so we wouldn't be able to throw. Even though they're all bot lane, Dahaka's going to have plenty of time to clear this up. It is a favorable position for UNT. Since they did not take their shamans, they can take their shamans now while defending. Dahaka cleared the other ones, and now it's going to put Sophist on a on the defense, because they're either going to have to commit somebody bot lane to clear him, which allows the UNT to push into the Immortal. Again, like we saw before, they have Shroud from Malthael, they have Gleaming Orbs. Dahaka actually taking a lot of damage right away, able to get some health back. Does not get the Ancestral off fast enough, and Tyrael actually dies right away. Level 10, working out more for UNT than for Sophist more than UNT. And a 3 for nothing. That little bit of positioning over here, being able to get focused out right away by the Dahaka. Now, with that 3-point kill, now they don't care about these Shaman camps, and they'll just kill the Shaman and kill the Immortal. I mean, look how fast it goes down with this, with the Hungering Arrow and the Lunara. Looking at Hungering Arrow, it's only at 80 stacks until it gets his 4 things. Once she gets that, it's going to be really quick, and she's going to be doing a lot of focus damage, which is great against the Malthael. Lunara going up for a little bit of clear. That means everybody's got to back away. Nice 4-man Rain of Vengeance there, stopping their chase. So now we're gonna have to see how Sophist does on the poke war. It's a little harder for Lunara and Vala to get in there. They put Greymane, the double stun on the Garrosh. Nice with the Aegis. Sanctification coming out, but Garrosh is actually still living, and they're just going to go for that Immortal. They get 1 kill, so that means there's not a Garrosh, which means this Immortal is not going to get as much value. It is a very healthy Immortal. Looking for that reset. They're going hard into the towers, and actually spelling a mistake. They lose 2 people by going into those towers. I'm not sure what that was about. I need to start turning that stuff off when there's a team fight going on. Yeah, there's only 3 up here. They're going to go for the minion wave instead of rotating down here. Even though there's 2 dead, I mean, they can get a lot of value, but now they're getting double value because there is 2 dead, and the Immortal will just kill this wall for them. They're going to get a fort here. They have level 13. Actually getting spell reduction from the Vala, making sure that she can kind of tank that Gleaming damage. Now the real question is, are they going to stay here and push keep, or are they going to go down? Vala's got no mana, so she's going to leave. Vala only needs to hit 2 more people with her Hungering Arrow. Immediately onto the minions. I would imagine we should see them rotate here. Do they take these mercs? Yeah, they do. I'm surprised Lunara is holding it. Can't decide whether she wants to get the Giant's Killer's not really worth it, but I guess she has to take Spell Shield. I mean, I'm not sure how you don't take Spell Shield healer. Maybe she's forgetting about it. 1 more for the Vala. Actually going for the more damage. Looking to be aggressive. They're already winning, so they say, hey, let's win some more. Oh, they're just going to push into this fort. I like it. Somebody has to deal with top lane. And these are the calls that are a lot harder to make, because you know that they have to go top lane, but it's one of those things where you're like, it's kind of too risky to push into the fort. I mean, they are taking a lot of damage between the Malthael and the Gleaming. Ooh, with that bait, the Vala vaulted in to try to get that stun on the Gleaming. But there's enough wave clear here that they're not even able to push into the fort.
I am on my way, mortals.
Dahaka has Brush Stalker. He'll be able to build it in time. So there's 24 seconds on both teams rotating to the Shaman camp, which means the opposite team. The Shamans work better for UNT just because they have Dahaka and they'll have the global. Both teams taking it at the exact same time. And now let's see. This looks like Sophist is positioning to try to get a gank. They're in a better position for the Immortal, so they're going to kill it way faster, actually. just because of that little slight head start on the positioning, since the rest of their team was sitting right here versus them both being split up. Ooh, but now they're on the defense. So we're just going to see both teams just basically poking around. Oh, no. Okay, barely got interrupted by this little rock that wasn't able to get a full pull and throwing the Dahaka. How is his quest doing? His quest is actually done, so he does have reduced cooldown on the pull. Just looking for pokes from both sides. Ariel's got pretty good bandit now with the Lunara there. And with the slow now, I mean, there's only one other person does a slow. Everybody's throwing around, saving the Vala. Nice throw here. Nice double stun on 2 members. Sanctification coming out, keeping everybody fully alive. And what a heal with the Ancestral as well. Killing the Vala with the chase. Ariel's going to be next. I mean, that pull, that just happened instantly. Sanctification was perfect with everybody grouped up there. And Malthael being able to do what he needs to. Dahaka going to look to kind of scare away the Lunara. Say, hey, you come in here. I got run speed. I'm race car. He can catch up to this person. Oh. Wasn't a little too passive. He could have caught up and up to the Lunara right away. But that's now the 3rd immortal for UNT. 16-16, pretty much even talent tiers. I mean, this game is still very even. I mean, every team fight is going to determine who gets the lead. Alarak going to reduce the resets on his E, looking to get more self-healing. Malthael actually doesn't have his quest done yet because there hasn't been too much brawling. Everybody kind of does the immortal and then they back out and do their own immortal. Dahaka's not in the fight yet, so he has these 2 bushes to come in. So you're gonna be looking for this. Look for the Dahaka to, when he comes in here, to Li Ming dived into it. That sucks, and actually gets killed by the charge. Holy cow, that was quick reactions from Rajar. Nice pull by the Garrosh is now we're seeing the power of that reduced cooldown. Nice little spray by Rajar there. But that Li Ming blinking into the Discord strike, followed up by the deadly charge, and now they're gonna be aggressive. 2 dead, one of their main damage dealer, the Tyrell for the shields and the Sanctification. Ooh, that's a good interruption. And now that's going to put Dahaka on the side, but he's got the burrow move, so he's able to get out. Had to use up everything. Too bad that he used his ultimate right there. Didn't get too much healing, but at least kept him alive. So looking at the damage, we haven't looked at the damage at all actually. Damage is actually not too high. Li Ming only with 26. This is an 18-minute game. Alarak is just tied with Vala. Lunara not too far behind. So you look at the total damage done. I mean, just Sophist has so much damage.
Be wary. Our eternal battle will soon be upon you.
All right, next immortal phase. We got a full collapse, 5-man collapse. Li Ming got one. Actually, the Garrosh saved the Li Ming there. Nice sanctification once again. Allows the Malthael to get on top of everybody. Nice ancestral on the Li Ming. Malthael's gonna die though. But first, taking out the Alarak. How's he still alive? What? He's still alive, and this is gonna be a 5-man wipe because of the. How did that happen? The Malthael is so close. Are they gonna go core? This is 45 seconds. That could have just been game. What a sanctification! Holy cow! I think that's game. That sanctification was so good. I mean, that's all I said. Like, the teams were super even. One team fight. It's just the fact that that team fight was able to. The ancestral on the Li Ming, she had no health. The Malthael with no health. That sanctification, though, it was perfect. And that, I mean, that's the reason why you see Tyrael a lot of times when we get to these big tournaments, and you like the tournaments have their own sub meta within the tournament, and a lot of times we'll actually see Tyrael become banned all the time just because of situations exactly like that where he just dictates the fight. It's like, oh, we're doing so good, this is a decently good engagement for us, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we just died because Malthael got a sanctification. and didn't die at all. But yeah, congratulations to UNT. Let me set that up on. And that was Cow Gear on the Sanctification. So that's UNT Eagles. I don't understand why my hotkeys are not working for OBS. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like that's the exact reason a lot of teams will just ban Tyrael, just because he can make a team fight at the end there where it's just completely one-sided and allows you to win the game. It was a very even game up to the right before that point. So it's very surprising. I did call for Sophist to win that, so I did jinx them. So it looks like I am 0 for 3. It's a pretty good caster curse. Anyways, that's going to be it for me, guys. Hope you enjoy the games. Let me know if there were any things I need to work on for casting. I don't do it too often, probably like once a week, just on Tuesdays. So let me know what I can do. This will probably be posted on YouTube later tonight. I think my YouTube is in my description for my Twitch channel, so you can let me know there. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.